Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
You are X. Sit up.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
No, we change it.
Another try following the sack. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Fourth down, it's Jackson. He put everything he had into this one. It's picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers are off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That one hits for 30. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Real.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Finds a seam down the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Irving here from the gun. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Mayfield will look to throw. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. QB sneak coming. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run for it with White. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
You. 13. Get on! Right shot. Get on!
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Hauled down by Christian Izien. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Hey.
Lamar off the play fake. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. That one is not going to get any easier to watch during film study, Brock. Some chances to go down, but instead opting to keep extending the play, and then all of a sudden in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, ultimately there just comes a time where you've got to understand where you are on the field, right? Hey, I'm trying to make a play. That's all great in the middle of the field. But when you're in the danger zone like this, and you can give that defense 2 points and energize the other side, you got to know where you are on the field and just get rid of the ball.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Irving. We'll have him gain about a handful there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Point it right. Up, jump. Regular. Watch out.
From the 34. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Working inside the red zone. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
33. King. That.
Mayfield to throw again. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Hey, alert. Run. Watch out.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Ravens will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Go ahead. You. Go. Shut up.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Escapes out to the left. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Middle. Shut up.
Back to throw it. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. One last play before the break.
It's not. You change it. Hey. Yo. Hey, report.
A final throw before the break. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Bucky Irving now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
First down, here's Baker. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
2nd and 8. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Throw on third down. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Regular. That's it.
Baker now. Buys time, rolling right. Bouncing football. This one bounces out of bounds right at the line, so it'll stay with the offense here.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce in just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, well, they're on the field. They got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
Irving on the inside give. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Hey, 133.
Baker now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Lamar now from the gun. Gets this one to Andrews. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
180.
2nd and 4. Escapes the pocket. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, say hi. You. You are X.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
13.
And again, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Hey.
Looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, here's Lamar. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
King! Alert! Hurry! Watch out!
Mayfield now from the gun. Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Running back sent in motion. He's back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Buccaneers lead by only 2. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Hurry!
Once again, Irving. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. They've got to keep moving quick here. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Right back to Irving now. And he drives this forward to the 6. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Alert! Run. Real. Watch out!
Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Point it right.
He'll throw it. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Report!
Back to throw. Complete, Derrick Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Hey, report! Middle.
He'll look to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers make the play that should win them this game.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw? Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And a lackluster day offensively, thankfully overshadowed by a top-notch defensive effort to get the win in a shutout. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as we say so long from Baltimore.
Welcome back in, everyone.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. All that and more coming up next.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around and hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, you want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back on their chairs, sitting on their hands. The more energy you give them, the more noise, it does make it a little less efficient to operate, especially on offense. So come out fast, come out furious, and see if you can take this crowd out right from the jump.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
Hill brought in motion. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. In motion, it's Waddle. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's caught by Smith on the right side.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Josh Downs set to return for the Colts. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
That one complete to Pierce. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A second down throw for Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Perfectly timed blitz there by the linebacker. Remember, when you go empty backfield, there's no extra protection. All you have is the 5 offensive linemen. It could be feast or famine, but in this case, when you time it right, man, there is no back there to help protect the quarterback, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Richardson. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Richardson, he'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Tua. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Waddle. Throwing is Tua. That's complete. It's Waddle. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's taken in by Achane. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3 and out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Hill brought in motion. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Richardson to throw. That's the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
In motion comes Pittman. Try to run it to the right on this jet sweep. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10 up at the 42. Richardson will give it to Taylor. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Indy.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Gay to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Colts move out on top, 14-0. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Dolphins offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Tua will give it to Achane. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Man in motion is Berrios. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Hill brought in motion. Crazy. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They motion a receiver right. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Looking for Berrios downfield.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
A play fake. Now, Tua to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Colts offense ready to take over once again. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And he's able to give him a little breathing room. He's got a 1st down up past the 15-yard line.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback let him find some daylight and go get that first down himself.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
We are through 1. 14-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Richardson operating from the pistol. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to run for it. And he is going to have a Colts first down. The defense a little lax there. They gave up 9, facing 4th and 4.
I like the call to keep the offense on the line. From this distance, a field goal is no sure thing, and that's a great job by the quarterback, recognizing the situation. Nobody's open. Take off, become a runner, extend the drive, pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
2nd and 7. From the gun, Richardson. Going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. Hill brought in motion. Play action. Tagovailoa. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Here's 3rd and 7. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Achane. And a nice run. He's got a 1st down tackle made right at the 35-yard line. In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's Achane. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. Tua now on 3rd down. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one from 47 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins are finally on the board. It's 17-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Josh Downs now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for Downs. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now Richardson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And on a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achan. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 33 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll toss it here to Achane. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Durham Smythe, touchdown Miami.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, this is Downs. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the give, this is Taylor. Room to run at the 35. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Here's 1st and 10. They go right back to Taylor. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Richardson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A shotgun snap for Tua. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's caught downfield by Waddle. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Tua to throw again. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now Sanders on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Anthony Gould now to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Colts offense headed back to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter. and get started with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Taylor. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down. Two minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Richardson going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
And he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here 1st and goal, and at the very least got to come away with some points.
That one complete to Pierce. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the gun, Richardson. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Anthony Richardson, touchdown Colts. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Gay for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Colts will go up by 7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Tagovailoa. To the outside, he's got Waddle. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. To the outside, that's caught by Hill. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. He is in. Braxton Berrios. Touchdown, Miami.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Sanders here for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will tie this game at 24. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. So we reach halftime in what was a very compelling first half of play. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Taylor gets it out of the pistol. Whoa! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 29.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. On second down, Richardson looking middle, and he's got downs. And he's going to be taken down at about the 30.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. This throw right side is caught by Hill. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
From the gun, here's Tua. Open man is Smith. He's got him. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That's caught by Smith on the right side.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will go up by 7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, this is Downs. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
That's the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. you don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. The Colts about set to punt. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now it's Tua. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Off play action, it's Tua. A high throw over the middle that's taken in. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Now it's Taylor. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. On play action, Richardson taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down. It was 3rd and 3, and they picked up 6. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Second down and 8. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Two yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane set to go to work once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. on the ground to start the drive. It's Achane. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A shotgun snap for Tua. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. And in motion is Berrios. Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. Catch made there, that's Smith. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Tua going to give it to Achane, and a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's Achane. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
3rd down and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. He'll get about 2. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Richardson operating from the pistol. That one complete to Pierce. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him, and
he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown, Indianapolis. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Here's Tua now on 2nd down. Into the hands of Berrios. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
On 1st and 10, it's Achane. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Sending it deep for Waddle. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Richardson. Catch made. That's Pittman. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
He'll take a deep shot for downs. And that is incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
A second down throw for Richardson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it's going to be third down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
On the return, here's Washington. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. First and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. From the gun, here's Tua. That's over the middle, caught by Tyree. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A play fake. Now Tua to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Achane. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Back to throw is Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, Miami.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's going to tuck it and go.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll motion the tight end Smith. A run out of the gun with Achane. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On the handoff, this is Achane. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. They'll toss it here to Achane. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. On the return, this is Downs. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Richardson. There's that man again, another catch.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Richardson gonna look to throw. He'll take a deep shot for Downs. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense, just turned out to be a better throw.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Richardson will give it to Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Looking to throw. Richardson. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal. So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. And he will score! Game on! Anthony Richardson, touchdown Indy. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now a run for the first time for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And he'll have the Dolphins' 1st down as the tackle's made at the 35-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa sending it deep for Waddle. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll run with 18. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and he's got downs. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. And this one is caught by Pierce. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. From the gun, Richardson. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This one he's got to have. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. They'll come up for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. Here's second down. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's taken in left side by Smith. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Dolphins first down. Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa. Now a screen set up for Achane. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Colts offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
A second down throw for Richardson. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. To throw, it's Richardson. He gets this one complete to Pittman. 18 yards on the connection. That's good for a Colts first down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On second down, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is to find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to your running back, and he's able to do the rest.
So it's a win for the Colts. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.